Summit Special Service District, and one of the members of the board is unable to join us. We'll keep reaching out, see if he does come in. So we'll have to suspend the rules with just two of us here to vote on anything, one way or the other. So with that, let's go and get started. The first item is approve the minutes from the February 15th meeting we held. Any questions on agenda item?
No questions from me.
None from Mike, and I have none, so all in favor say aye.
Does there have to be a motion on it, or can?
Yeah, go ahead and make a motion.
I'll
You've
make
suspended the
a
rules.
motion on that they're approved of the minutes on. item number
I tend to abbreviate meetings as much as I can, and I have to be reminded, no, I still have to formally say, is there a motion for that effect? So go ahead and make a motion then.
So I did. I made the motion that the minutes for the February 15th meeting be approved.
Okay, then I can second that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and it passes 2-0. Review of financial minutes, excuse me. Deneen, I looked at it, nothing stands out. Can you give us a recap? Is there anything I might have missed?
No.
We seem to be in a financially pretty solid position.
Exactly, yeah. Budget to actual is tracking fine. The balance sheet, it's almost exactly the same financial position as a year ago for the end of April. The district has both a positive cash balance and a positive ending fund balance, and that's both in the general fund and the capital projects fund, which those are conditions required by state statute. So the district is financially compliant with the state uniform accounting rules.
So we're about 10,000 better than we were last year, if I'm reading that correct.
Right, on the fund balance, correct.
So,
So there was nothing that stood out to me either,
Okay.
Commissioner.
any questions, Mike?
No questions. Thank you, Deneen.
And then we'll take a motion.
You don't need to actually make a motion on this one. This is just a review of financial statements.
Okay.
So you can just move on.
Then agenda number 3, review, approve, and authorize payment of invoices and other obligations for professional services, operations, maintenance, and other expenses.
So the only item on the list for the board to approve is a conference registration for $300 for a member of Public Works to attend the Rural Water Association of Utah, which I believe is somewhat a requirement because of the water system and the testing up there.
Yeah, so that's the only one in the box. Okay.
Correct, that's correct. All the other expenses were approved by the board during the last meeting.
When does that one go, Richard?
What's that?
That Rural Water Association Conference?
Where is it held?
Where and when is it?
It's usually in the springtime, early March, and it's usually in St. George.
Okay, so early March, this has already been had.
Yes.
You've already attended, so we're
Yes.
just asking to be paid for it. Okay, got it.
So you need a motion on that one?
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve that $300 conference registration.
And I think your motion would also review and approve, authorize on everything that's on this list in addition
Yes.
to that $300.
Does that need to be included?
I don't know if it's strictly needed, but it's okay. It's already been approved at a prior meeting, but you
Okay.
can, either way.
Okay, so we will go ahead and I can second that motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes 2-0. Number 4, review, approve, or deny outstanding receivables, past due accounts, or place or remove liens and take necessary corrective actions.
So the, sorry.
I'm going to say that the only one I see is number 3, potential fees to be waived for lot 52C.
Yes, and that's a request that I have made. It's not a request from the property owner. They have a late fee of $25. They've never had a late fee previously. They also paid the whole year in advance, so they're paid through the end of the year. So I feel good about recommending that the board waive that late fee.
I would make a motion that we waive that $25 fee.
And I can second that motion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oh,
Go ahead,
the one
Denise.
other item that I wanted to point out is that there are two lots that have had a second notice that has been sent to them, and they have not yet made payment. Based upon the district's billing policies and procedures, the time to send out a notice of lien will occur probably a week after this meeting. So I just want to have the board's approval to move forward with placing the lien on those two properties.
How late or how long ago has the second notice been sent?
It was at the end of April.
End of April?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that need to be in a motion form?
Yes,
Yeah.
that would need to be a motion.
So I would make that motion then that the liens on item number 5 be approved to send.
And I can second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Agenda 4 is 2-0. Out of curiosity, as a note on those two liens, or notices, have they been late in the past?
One of the two has had a lien previously placed on their property, and then as soon as the lien was placed, they came in and paid for the prior months. The other one is
This is
new.
first time? Okay, all right. Agenda 5, approve and authorize the signing of an agreement with Hanson, Allen, and Luce Incorporated to provide various professional water-related services as outlined in RFP 2022-1 at the rates as outlined in the fee proposal in attachment B. I reviewed that, and this is going to cover everything that has to do with the second well, new water lines, the existing first well, just to make sure it's up to speed. Anything else that goes?
It doesn't get into the design of the water lines through the old town site. It does deal with the wells and the drilling of those, placing of those, water rights, anything to do with the water rights, all of that kind of stuff. This is we actually put out an RFP for both the county and the district at the same time. This is the same firm that was selected by the county for work on our water rights, Hanson, Allen, Luce. They do a lot of water rights work here in the valley and throughout the state. Felt very good about that, and have a very good reputation. So, Ben, anything you want to add?
Yeah, just to add a little bit of additional context, one thing that this water rights expert vendor can provide for us is some analysis on some of the requests and proposals. If the board remembers, in previous meetings, we've had board members request an opportunity to review possible creative donations of water shares to the well in order to get some preferential water rates from the district. Those kinds of proposals we haven't been comfortable evaluating as staff because of the questions of whether or not those water rights would be viable and be transferable into our well and those kinds of questions. And so if you recall the request of Robert Baird and the situation with the All Reds, those kinds of situations can be addressed by this expert as well. So we anticipate this will provide a lot of services and be a valuable resource in a number of different contexts.
Very good.
What is the term? This is good through 2027, the end of the year.
I think we did a 5-year term on it.
We got a 5-year term.
That's my recollection.
And it's just on an as needed. There's not a specific amount of work we have outlined for them. It's just as we have things like Ben mentioned, we'll be able to utilize them and help us with that.
Okay. I've got no further questions on that.
Well, I have a lot of trust with Richard, so I would make a motion to approve this contract.
Thank you.
And I've gone through it a few times, but I can second that motion. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 5 passes 2-0. And then agenda 6, set date and time, location for the next board meeting, which is 10 a.m. here at this location for August 16th at Utah County Chambers here in Provo, Utah. So we set that. Any public comment? Unless there's some staff comments of things that we just wrapped up on.
Not really. I mean, I think everybody has met Tim Taylor here in the corner. He's recently joined the Civil Division, but he's been a long time with the County Attorney's Office, an excellent attorney. He'll be helping out with Soldier Summit in the future, we anticipate. So we're glad to have him here today.
So will he be replacing you, Ben?
That's very possible. So,
Okay.
yeah, but he'll be the one sitting in this chair next meeting.
Great last name.
Oh. You told me your name, Mr. Taylor, I'm assuming.
It is, yes. Mike Taylor.
Mike's been on this board for a long time.
Is there a time period that this study's gonna, when is it available for us? How long is it gonna take?
Why don't you come up to the podium and bring that up and
James,
Jim, are you asking about on the study for the water rights?
yes.
There has not been a time established on it because we haven't had the contract in place. We have been in contact with Hansnell and Luce. They are ready to proceed as soon as we give them the go-ahead, so we're anticipating that they're gonna get right on this now that we've got the approval from the board. And we'll, a couple of days here to kind of get the paperwork in order, but then we should be good to go, so.
Thank you.
anything else? Okay. Any other items? If barring any other items, then we'll just go ahead and make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. That's the fastest meeting we've ever had.
No complaints from us.
Brady's happy.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you,
Love it.
Alice, Ben.